All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Matthew 19, and we'll start at verse 12. These are the words of Yahweh Shai, the words in red. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive the same, save they to whom it is given. For there are some eunuchs, get the word eunuch, emasculated men, or eunuch, basically a man without a woman, if you want to put it in today's modern terms, which are born from their mother's womb. And there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. There be eunuchs which are made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He is able to receive it, let him receive it. So in your walk, in the truth, what might happen to you is that the Lord might take away a woman from you, or women from you, and you will lose the ability to seek or find another one. And that's by the Lord, man, because the Lord can put the spirit on a woman to deal with you or not to deal with you. And you got to understand that we have no free will. Everything is predestined. Everything is preordained by the Most High. And there's some men out there, brothers in Great Millstone, that they don't deal with women because their priority is the truth. Because their main woman, and basically their main woman is this truth, man. So the other Gabar, he always says it. He always puts it out in his videos, and he makes videos about it from time to time, saying that the best way for a man to be in this truth is to not have a woman, and also not to be preoccupied with wanting or having a woman, because that can be a stumbling block to many brothers, man. You gotta understand what the scripture says about women. It says that they're a trap, that they're a snare, that many have been made servants for their sake. So a woman, and to have a woman in today's day and age, man, that's basically asking for trouble. That's asking for a whole new set of problems, man. Not even counting the problems that you have already just being a man of the Lord. So basically, if you want to avoid problems, don't worry about having a woman, man. Worry about this truth, and your life will be much more problem-free and less complicated. But let's get a few scriptures. Just a quick lesson here at the plantation. Let's get 1 Corinthians 7:7. And this is a topic that we got to go into once in a while, and it's a topic that affects a lot of brothers, man. Believe it or not. It says 1 Corinthians 7:7, for I would that all men were even as myself, but every man has his proper gift of Yahweh, one after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and the widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. So even Paul himself said that it's better for a man to remain unmarried or unjoined to a woman. He said, but if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it's better to marry than to burn. Because being a young majority of young men in this truth, you're gonna burn for a woman every once in a while, man. And if the Lord sees fit to give a little piece of something here and there, or even if you go see a harlot, that's all cool, man. That's all good by the Lord, and whether they want to believe it or not, man. It says we'll start at verse go jump down to verse 27. And that basically describes the marriage and how it should be run. But we're going to jump down to verse 27. It says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. So if the Lord gave you a woman, and she's pleased to dwell with you, then you got to accept that, man. She don't got to believe what you believe. She don't got to follow what you follow. All she got to do is do right by you to the best of her ability. She's pleased to be with you, then you let her, you remain with her. It says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. You know, and it's common knowledge that we're allowed, and we are allowed to have more than one woman. But you got to ask yourself the question, man: is that wise though? Brothers always, yeah, you're allowed to have multiple women. Yeah, we are allowed to have multiple women, but you got to understand that the Israelite man is allowed to have multiple women. But if you're a man of this truth, you gotta be very careful about how you deal with that subject, because from what I've seen amongst brothers, all it does is having a side woman, other than the woman that the Lord gave you as a wife or mother of your children, all it does is bring trouble, man. I seen it. So we can have multiple women, we can have little side pieces, if you what you want to call it, but you gotta understand that women bring problems, women bring trouble, women bring all kinds of contention and jealousies. So you gotta understand that, man. And if anything distracts you from the truth, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So let's keep on going on. Art thou bound from a wife? Salak. Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. See that? So just whatever your lot is in, that's what your lot is, man. And the Lord's gonna deal with you how He wants to deal with you. Our job is to trust Him. Our job is to remain faithful to Him. Because we're the Lord's woman. You got to understand that too. We are the Lord's woman, and we have to prove ourselves a faithful woman, a faithful wife. Just like if you have a woman or had a woman, and you have expectations of her to be faithful unto you, Yahweh Shai has the same expectations of us to be faithful unto Him as His woman. The bridegroom, He is called the bridegroom in the scriptures. And you got to understand too that you being in this truth, you have a responsibility towards this knowledge and towards this feeding of the flock, and with that comes restrictions. And we're gonna get 1 Timothy 3:1. This is 1 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This is a true saying: if a man desire the office of a bishop," and that word bishop, it goes into an overseer. It says the office of a bishop, the act of which Yahweh looks into, searches out the ways these character men will judge them. Overseership office, charge, the office of an elder, the overseer and presiding hours of a Christian church. So basically it's an overseer, a servant type, and we were made overseers of the word, man. So honestly, the best thing for you to do is to just if you have a woman, just deal with that woman only, and focus on the truth. The truth saying, if a man desires the office of bishop, desires a good work, a bishop they must be blameless, the husband of one wife. See, it signifies one wife. Vigilant, sober, good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. Because the focus has to be on the ministry, not on dealing with multiple women. Not given to wine, no striker, no greeder, filthy lucre. You can't be a drunkard, you can't be abusive. You can't be thinking about money, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous. So there's a code of conduct that comes with being an overseer, a man of the Lord. One that ruleth well his own house, having the children subjection with all gravity. For a man know not how to rule his own house, how should he take care of the church of the Most High? Because everything's interconnected with everything else, man. You gotta have a balance in all things in your life, man. If you can't manage yourself correctly, how are you gonna manage your you're in a leadership position, how are you gonna manage brothers? How are you gonna be example to the younger brothers, even if younger brothers in your camp, if you can't maintain yourself correctly? That's the other thing too. You always gotta set forth the right example, towards brothers, man. When it comes to all things, dealing with alcohol, dealing with health, dealing with women, you gotta set, whatever position you are in the truth, you gotta set forth example. You gotta be example to yourself first and foremost. You gotta set forth examples to the brothers around you, because we can all learn from each other, man. We are all to be examples one to another. Let's get Titus 1:7. That's a real quick scripture. I'm gonna close it out on that. Titus, see what the Spirit gives me. Titus 1:7. It says, for a bishop must be blameless, a steward of Yahweh, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, no given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, self-controlled, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and convince the gainsayers. So being in service to the Most High comes with responsibilities, man. And one of those responsibilities may be that you're gonna have to go without a woman for a season or so. And that's just the way it is. And the Lord does things like that to strengthen our spirit, man. And it's not an easy thing for brothers to accept, but it is a major part of this truth. It's very common in this truth for brothers to just come into the truth, and all of a sudden women are not interested in them. Now, there's nothing wrong with you, man. It's basically something wrong with them. The Lord's keeping you from a wicked woman, because Scripture said that a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. The Lord can keep you away, doing so. Now, you not having a woman or not trying to be able to get a woman, the Lord can be keeping you away from harm. He could be protecting you in that way. You gotta think of it like that, man. But it's part of the lot and the truth, and it's something that must be discussed and brought out from time to time. But with that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson. Most I wouldn't hope is edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.